Saturn, the sixth planet from the sun. Saturn was named after the Roman god Saturnus, the god of time, agriculture, and harvest. Saturn is the equivalent or the extended representation of the Greek god Kronos or Cronus, also El, and he could even be connected to the Hindu goddess of time, Kali. Lead is the metal and black is the color attributed to Saturn. And keeping this in mind, anytime you see the Grim Reaper, also known as Father Time, you're seeing the idea or representation of Saturn, Kronos, El, or Kali. And this is why you see the clock or hourglass and the sickle or scythe with Father Time. El is symbolized by a bull, and the Chicago Bulls adopted a black uniform after Michael Jordan came back from retirement. Seeing Mike with his tongue out is reminiscent of the goddess Kali, whose name means black, or she who is black. Now, since Saturn is the sixth planet from the sun, is it the reason why this black god of basketball has so many sixes assigned to him? The numerical value of his name is 6. His height is 6 feet, 6 inches. He won 6 NBA titles, and his last shot as a Chicago Bull won them their 6th NBA championship. Look at the shot clock. And when you think about it, every time Michael scored a basket, he made the planet Saturn. Now let's take a look at Superman. If you were to merge or combine the names and attributes of Kali and El, you'll get Kal-El. Kali is the black goddess of time, death, and doomsday. And when Superman fought Doomsday, he died, but he returned. And when he did, it was in a black uniform, and he was sporting long hair. El is a Semitic name for God, and his Greek equivalent is Cronus. So in essence, you can say that Kal-El or Superman is the god of time. Now, this can be verified in comic books, cartoons, and movies.
This is a job for Superboy. Now, to crash through the time barrier.
Spinning counterclockwise, the boy of steel hurtles himself back through centuries to Camelot and the days of the Round Table.
When he did it in the movies, he actually controlled the time of every human on Earth while making what looks like the planet Saturn.
It is forbidden for you to interfere with human history. It is forbidden. It is forbidden. It is forbidden. It is forbidden.
Now, again, lead is the metal attributed to Saturn. And it's funny that Superman has X-ray vision. He can see through anything. But the one thing he can't see through is lead.
All right, Luther. Where is it? Where's the detonator? You diseased maniac. Do you really think you could hide it from me by encasing it in lead? I'll mold this box into your prison bars. Don't touch that.
I've mentioned that Saturn is the god of agriculture and harvest. So it's funny that when baby Kal-El came to Earth, he was adopted and raised by two farmers, Jonathan and Martha Kent. They lived in Smallville, Kansas, which is where Clark met the first girl he ever fell in love with. Her name was Lana Lang. And according to some stories, this is also where he first met his arch enemy, Lex Luthor. When Superman or Clark grew up, he left Smallville and moved out to Metropolis. He worked at the Daily Planet newspaper, and the logo for the Daily Planet looks like Saturn. This is also where he met the love of his life, Lois Lane. Lois, Lex, and Lana. Now, somehow, Michael Jordan and Superman seem to be the physical embodiment and representations of all these gods I've mentioned: Saturn, Kronos, Cronus, El, and Kali. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it just seems to fit. And when you look at the logo for the car company Saturn, it puts it together even more. Saturn, again, is the sixth planet from the sun, but their logo also looks like the number 8. So I'm wondering if all of this is just mere coincidence, or was all of this planned? Either way, something is going on here, and these two guys seem to fit, the embodiment and representation of the gods that I've mentioned, Saturn, Kronos, Cronus, El, and Kali. What do you guys think? Let me know. Holla.